Hey everyone, good afternoon. We are off to
the Lloydminster Public Library today.
Woo, let's go. Hey everyone, here we are today at the Lloydminster Public Library speaking with the Assistant Director, Kirsten Hnatow. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks.
Awesome. I'm good, thank you. Excited to be here. So we will start with you just telling us a bit about yourself.
My name is Kirsten. I'm the Assistant Director. Born in Lloydminster. Left for a while and recently back. And Lloydminster has lots to offer and we're happy to be here. Yeah. I like structure over routine, and I like to think I'm fun.
May I ask why you left Lloydminster and came back?
Life is a journey. I lived in Saskatoon for a while I attended university. Marriage took me to a small town just northwest of here, and now I'm back.
How do you like the community in Lloydminster?
I love Lloydminster. It has everything you're looking for. Sometimes you have to scratch the surface, but it's full of wonderful things and people.
Are the people and what would you say makes Lloydminster unique?
We have the amenities and everything of a large city, yet we have the small town community feel.
Do you have a favorite local spot?
I think the library is pretty great, and Bud Miller is fantastic.
Bud Miller's so pretty.
My son and I like to go fishing at the local rivers nearby.
Aww, nice. I've never been, well, no, that's a lie. I've totally been fishing, but not for like eons.
Well, guilty. I read a book while he fishes. Untangle line quite a bit.
That's good though. You're still going out, being involved in nature, you know?
Fair.
Speaking of those books, though, do you have a favorite book?
Oh, many different genres, I guess. I think everybody should read The Storyteller by Jodi Picoult. I think it hits at every different point of your life, and there's something to learn, as well as East of Eden by John Steinbeck.
East of Eden. What genre would you say you normally gravitate towards?
History.
And what got you into reading?
Voting chores, going and hiding.
Fair enough. It's funny. I really enjoy reading, but you used to have to do, I assume they still have to do it. Like kids, you do home reading with your parent and they have to sign and say that you read a book. When we were kids, I would just pretend to read it and wait until my mom fell asleep and be like, I read the book, Mom, you just didn't hear all of it. And now I'm an avid reader, so
I love
it's
that.
Funny,
We have 1,000 books before kindergarten program that the kids read 1,000 books with their parents and then get super prizes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Aww. And you were mentioning a lot about other events and things that happen here at the library. Do you want to speak about some of those opportunities and events?
There's always something happening at the library. We have programming, the toddler run, dance parties, D&D we had for a while, the 1,000 books before kindergarten. There's always something happening in our makerspace room, programming rooms. We have grants through Rural Mental Health Alberta that bridges and removes barriers for our community members. Always something happening.
Never a dull moment.
Absolutely.
Do you have a favorite event or program that you offer?
I just love them all, and they each draw a unique, diverse group of individuals from Lloydminster. That they all serve their own purposes that you can't almost plan for some of it. It just happens. Yeah.
What caused you to want to work at the library?
I love everything library. I think they're the hub and heart of most communities. They're the ultimate equalizer of all community members, and just serve so many diverse groups of people. And reading, I just think that everybody has the same alphabet somewhat, 26 letters, and they can be strung together differently, and you get a library collection of books with the same letters. It amazes me.
Oh, that's so sweet. How long have you worked at the library?
I've been in library systems for over 16 years, but I've been at the Lloydminster Public Library just over a year.
Oh, okay. In your role as the assistant director, for folks who maybe don't understand what that means, what does your job entail?
Nothing prepares you for what you really do on a daily basis. You can't learn what you do. It's just the functioning of everyday library behind the scenes and ensuring that we have the right people doing what they do, knowledgeable staff at the front lines that are amazing, that do a lot of the heavy lifting.
What would you say is the most challenging aspect of what you do?
Trying to please everybody and knowing that you can't.
Yeah, that would be tough. That's like a lot of pressure to put on yourself though, you know, because you can only do so much. But I see why you'd feel that way.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a fair representation of what I do. It's a great place to work, and I love what I do, but
there's a lot that goes into it, for sure.
With the different community members that you serve, sometimes you just have to leave your work at work and do what you can the next day.
How do you manage that work-life balance of being able to leave the work at work?
You just have to remember it's a job and balance it out as best you can.
And then on the flip side, what would you say is the most rewarding part of the work that you do?
The people, and knowing that you are providing a service to our community members that is just, like I said, I think the library is the heart of communities, and you get to serve so many people, and I think libraries are an extension of your home almost. You have to keep your shoes on, but you can hang out here as long as you want. Every day is different. The different people that come, it's weather dependent, and come here. Everybody comes for different reasons. We have printing, Wi-Fi, and it's just a great place to sit and read, and you get to learn about people's lives personally that come here. They become friends, our community members.
Do you have one moment maybe that's been a favorite that you've experienced at the library?
There was a lady in here the other day that invited us all to her wedding.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She had a really neat story, and she forgot to print some wedding invitations, so she did some here and decided the staff should all come too.
Now you get to go to a wedding. That's so fun. Weddings are so fun.
Yeah. Oh, well, summertime.
Yeah.
Don't.
Where do you hope to see the library in like 5 years?
Oh, thriving, continuing to serve our ever-changing communities and just being really able to grow with them.
How do you think the library has changed or maybe had to adapt over the years? Because you said you've worked with a library for like 16 years, right?
Yeah.
And so there's been quite a change just in technology, in lifestyle, and individuals over that time. So how would you say that the library has changed, I guess, with the times? Or how has that been, going through that change and experiencing it?
You just have to be willing to grow and get comfortable being uncomfortable and learn and be able to help people through the process. Books are still matter, but you can read on your apps now and just provide the service.
And I think that's a really key part in it too, because based on our conversation, there's a lot more here than just books. You know, there's all the programming that you do, there's the computers available, and also just that community connection and that hub access of, you know, you can meet friends at the library to like exchange books or like start a book club. Like there's a lot of opportunity for individuals within the space as well.
Yeah, with our grant that we got to do the lunches, as we talked about through the tour, we got a second stream, and we're able to include digital literacy programming for free to our community members.
That's awesome.
So that's something to look forward to in the fall. And just building relationships with other local organizations, that we all have the same common goal of just enhancing our community together.
So beautiful.
And it's super easy when your own personal values align with the mission and values of the place that you work. So
If you could, I mean, I was going to say take Lloydminster Public Library, but I guess just take a library or it in spirit and open one somewhere else in the world, where would you want to open a library?
oh wow. I would have a park and a green space, just like an open patio with windows. Windows would be great, and a kitchen, and like part of me wants to say a beach, but we need it right here in the heart of the communities that need it, and where you want a well-used library.
For individuals who maybe aren't super passionate about reading or haven't maybe found a love for reading, what would you want, like what advice would you give them, or what would you have to say in regards to, I guess, not the importance of books, like not to like force it on them or anything, but just to maybe open someone's mind to books and reading in general?
That I would say 55% of Netflix was books first, so give them a chance.
That's a good point.
And maybe you just haven't hit the right one yet. And there's audiobooks now and a million different opportunities out there. You just need to find the right one.
Mm-hmm. There's so many. I actually don't think I ever really think about how many books there are, because there's obviously books that I like to read, which they're all really good books, but then there's like classics, and then there's like comic books, and then you can get into a whole stream of different books, and they're all books, so they're all like hypothetically they would fall under the same umbrella category, but so many individuals like different ones.
Absolutely. So like just one of my favorite things to do is walk by the hold shelf and see what people are bringing in. And I think it's like a diary of one's life. Somebody once asked me what my favorite books are, but it feels so personal, like what your self-help books or where you are in your journey of just life.
Yeah. And you never really know how, I shouldn't speak for other people, but I've been in situations where I've never really understood how a book would have an impact on me, like not judging the book by its cover. Like maybe it's a self-help book, maybe it's, I have no idea. I was going to use it as an example of like, you don't know that you need the book until you read the book.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that was good. Look at me.
Should put that on a t-shirt.
But yeah, like just opening your mind and being willing to put yourself in that vulnerable space of like the diary of your life. In that moment, you need that to, I don't know, give you comfort, clear your head, take your mind off of the rest of the world. Like
Yes.
books provide a lot.
And I didn't used to understand. I didn't get why people could read the same book more than once, but East of Eden, you can read it from a different perspective of being a mom now, or like when you were dating, and after each character you could see through a different lens.
East of Eden, are you able to speak a bit about what it's about?
You just have to read the book.
Okay, you know what, that's fair. And then you mentioned the stories.
Storyteller by Jodi
Yeah.
Picoult is set in World War II. And for me, what I enjoyed about it is I didn't understand how such atrocities can happen in life and people just live their life and didn't appear to know about it. Or how did World War II happen and the concentration camps, and you just lived your life. But how did they get brainwashed into that? And this book tells it from their perspective of survival, and that's just the way the world was, and it made sense to me.
Yeah, which I think too is very eye-opening and just goes to show the power of books, and how you're speaking about East of Eden and the different perspectives, and reading it at a different time opens your mind to different things. It's crazy how that works. Huh.
And it's all written with the same 26 letters.
Yeah, just strung together in a different way.
Yeah.
Well, that's so crazy.
It is.
Huh. Sorry, I'm thinking about that now, and I'm just getting all philosophical. I'm like, oh, what are words? What is life? You know what I mean? Do you have a favorite word?
Oh gosh.
No one's probably ever asked you that before, but now I'm thinking about words.
I will think of that tonight in the shower, probably.
I'll get an email from you tomorrow.
My favorite words.
We'll insert it on the screen.
Yeah. Insert favorite word here, maybe, perhaps. Who knows? Sorry,
But people tattoo their favorite words all the time. Like but I can't commit to a tattoo. Never have been able to.
Oh, really?
I have a whole Pinterest page full of what I would like, but
Why do you think it is that you can't commit to one of them?
so permanent.
Right? I'm the same way. I'm like, nothing is important enough to get it tattooed on my body. Like, I know a lot of people with tattoos and they look great and they're super cool, but I'm with you. I can't.
My
take that
sister-in-law
next step.
read East of Eden as well, and there's a word in there, and I was actually trying to think of it, and it's not my favorite word, but she, I think, wanted a tattoo of it. But I'd have to look at the book to see what word that was.
But see, again, the power of books and
Yeah.
reading and opening your mind, and then something means a lot to you, and you get a tattoo of it, or it becomes your wallpaper, or I don't know.
And why libraries have to have something in them for everybody. And Jo Goodwin, I think her name was, said that a really good library has something in it that offends everyone. So,
That's an interesting outlook.
and then Neil Gaiman switched it to the positive. I'm totally butchering these quotes, by the way. Like, that on the flip side of that is each library should have something for everyone. Like, not offend, but that they can identify with.
And I think it's interesting because something that someone can identify with nowadays always seems to offend someone else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I guess those do go hand in hand. Of you'll find something here for you, but you'll also find something here that's not for you, but that's okay because you don't have to take out that book.
Absolutely.
You don't need to take out the one that you don't like. You can take out one that resonates with you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you an avid, or have you always been an avid library goer?
There was a chunk of my life that I was not, but that's not true. I found myself in there in university quite a bit. There's something regal and quiet and wonderful about libraries. And then when I had kids myself, I took them there for story times and whatnot. So yes, I'd say I've always found myself there somewhere.
Do you have your own like at-home library, or are you not one to purchase books as well?
I've had to purge quite a bit, and I advocate for the library that you can borrow them and not have a bunch.
Yeah.
Each time you move, I've become a minimalist.
I've recently discovered that myself, doing some home renovations, and there's so many books, and I'm like, these are all amazing and wonderful, but then it comes to a point where I'm like, to friends, I'm like, you'll like this book, or do you want this book? And kind of sharing, it's cute, because it's almost like a library, It's like taking your stuff and then letting other people enjoy the reading, which is what the library is all about.
Absolutely. And when those books mean so much to you that you discover that, like, you want other people to get that.
To read it and enjoy it, and then you can
Have to
talk about it and bond over it and go through the heartache together, or the like triumph of the character. And yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you think makes a good book or a good story? Although I guess good is hard because that's evaluative, and I hate being evaluative over art, but anyway.
I like that. Just that it resonates with you and it's real. I like historical fiction, but like I just that it hits your emotions somewhere, or it's relevant.
Are you only a reader, or do you write as well?
I don't write. I would love to think that I wrote. I love journaling,
That's writing.
I suppose.
Yes.
But it's always been a dream of mine to write a book. I just, like, I can't get a tattoo. I can't pick a topic.
So So maybe you do like, one of those poetry or short story books where it's like all different kind of topics in one, or you like break it into sections.
Maybe.
Just start small, break it down.
A vision board.
Exactly. A vision board book. There you go. You'll be the first of its kind. It'll be great. I look forward to one day reading your book.
Deal, I'll send it to you.
Perfect. Favorite
My
word
favorite
and
word.
book. What would you say is your most popular book right now?
Right now, everybody is loving Sarah Moss. We can't.
Sarah J. Maas.
Sarah J. Maas. Yeah. She's got 3 series going right now.
White Thorn and Roses. I'm actually in the middle of the second one right now, which is very funny.
Yeah, and the people who are reading them absolutely love them. And they're just on the hold shelf, and just people come in daily. Is my book here yet? Just in case it came early or
Aww.
somebody returned theirs early.
Have you read them? No.
I have not. I have not read as much as I would like to lately.
I feel that. It's hard, you get busy and then work, and then it's also summer, and then it's chaos. But I've heard of those books. I haven't read them myself, but Sahara's reading it right now, in case you didn't hear her. But for folks who want a book that maybe you don't carry, are they able to order it to have it come in? Or does that work at all at the library?
Yes, you can order from 30 other libraries right now, and with your library card, and it will arrive. We get deliveries twice a week.
So cool. And if someone doesn't have a library card, how would they go about getting one?
Just bring in their address on an ID card, and they are free.
That's
$3
easy.
to replace, but the first one's free.
So don't lose it. Or I mean, you could. It's only $3. So that's so nice and easy, though. So
It's
you have no
super easy. I
excuse
don't
not to get a
understand why
library
people
card.
don't.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I wonder. Actually, I don't know if I have a library card in Edmonton. I'll be honest.
They have great libraries there.
Yeah, they do. I've been to the libraries like quite a few times actually, but I've never like taken out a book. I, like we were talking about before, built my home library of, I've attained all these books and now it's too many books. So hopefully I'll go to the library to just borrow and share and spread,
Yeah, that's it. When I got books as gifts, I've been given books as gifts because they know I read. Do you know I work at a library?
You're like, thanks, however.
No, I get it. I have favorites too. There's nothing like holding a book.
Exactly. I've tried to get into like the Kindle or ebooks and things like that, but I'm like, I don't know, it's just not the same on like a phone, at least for me, or on my laptop. It's not the same as curling up with the book.
And I've never identified as a reader who reads in public, like at a doctor's appointment or anything. So I've discovered by downloading the app on my phone, I always have it. So I will read on my phone and get more done that way.
Yeah, that's smart. It's also very convenient, I would say, being able to have it on your phone, because I remember as a kid when I would read at nighttime, and I would try and be like sneaky reading at night and my parents not knowing, but you need like the book light, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's so cool.
So
You
to
can
clip.
increase the font, and if you don't know what a word means, you have your dictionary right there.
Oh, that's so convenient. Okay, I'll start being a phone reader. I will try. I'm going to start.
Okay.
I'm inspired at the library. Everyone should do it. What are the hours of operation at the library here?
We are open Monday through Wednesday from 10 till 6. Open late on Thursdays and Fridays until 8, 10 till 8. Saturdays, 10 to 6. And we've just closed for Sundays for July and August, but we will resume after the long weekend in September.
Is there anything you'd like to say or want folks to know about the library?
Just that it is an amazing place. All of our programming is free. There's something for everyone, and everybody's welcome. And we have lots of services, as well as our programming that is printing and computer access and knowledgeable staff to help people with what they might need.
And then last question, it doesn't have to be specific to the library or your work or anything like that, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
The best piece of advice: to get used to being uncomfortable. That is where the growth happens, and to trust the process. And to focus on the donut, not the hole, is what my friend is. To live in the moment and what you have, as opposed to what you don't have.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
The Lloydminster Public Library, we're located in the Lloydminster Mall. When we are not open, you are welcome to drop your books off in a book drop at the mall side. We also have one located at the back of the mall outside, indicated by our signage. And this is a display that always lets you know what's going on. So when you come into the library, we have brochure racks of local organizations, and we can remove barriers and help you avail their services. We have a makerspace programming room. There's always something exciting going on there. Bring your caregiver, and we have board games, Kiva sticks, Lego days, crafternoons, all sorts of exciting things. Check our socials to find out what's happening. We have so much more than books at the library. We have puzzles you can take or donate, and a craft cupboard. It's a community crafting cupboard. It's non-transactional. You can take as much as you need. We call like a sample platter. If you have crafts collecting dust at home, you can donate them to us and somebody will love them. We have a super useful Lloydminster Public Library swag bag, and stickers and blankets and coffee mugs. The purchase of those goes to our wonderful programming at the library. We have bookable spaces at the library. These are our study pods. Each comes equipped with a chair and a computer, a desk lamp, and they are bookable for 3-hour increments, free for the most part. And we do invigilation of exams, also at no cost to the patron. So our library is full of all sorts of places to tuck away and read a book, air conditioned in the summer and warm in the winter. We always have a puzzle on the go. It's a great place to hang out with. We also are doing ukuleles. You can borrow a ukulele like a book. Program space is bookable, and we also have meeting rooms. But here we have an outreach where we take the library to the local assisted living facilities in town. This was the 1,000 books before kindergarten, and each of the stars are the different levels of the children reading. So in addition to our programming, we also have some fantastic 3D printers, one on loan from a local school that are amazing to lend it to us for the summer. And we have printing, faxing for free. Black and white printing is single-sided 10 cents and color is 40 cents, and it is serve yourself coin operated or tap debit to pay for it.
Hey everyone, we finished up with Kirsten doing our interview here at the public library. So we are going to do one of their super fun activities. They do a whole bunch of events and activities here at the library, but today they're doing a Lego challenge for teens. So you could just pop into the library and partake in any of these completely free, completely fun. So check them out. But yeah, so our Lego challenge is using the Lego bins, build something that floats, and complete the Lego sets, which we probably won't have time for. And then once complete, grab a prize. Don't think we're going to get a prize, but that's okay.
Our prize is being here.
Exactly. This opportunity, that for us is the prize. So we are going to build some Lego for you, chat about reading and books and fun things, and yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we should each have to close our eyes, grab a handful, and whatever you take in the handful is what you get to use to build your Lego.
Okay. Can we get a couple more handfuls than one? Because I don't think it's floatable with one.
Fine. Guess you can have more than one handful. I'm
Okay,
just
rock,
kidding,
paper,
sure.
scissors. All of us.
How are you going to play rock, paper, scissors with 3 people? What if one person does rock, one person does paper, and
If
one
you
person
lose,
does
you're out, and
scissors?
then it's 2 on 2 or 1 on 1.
Yeah. So like, if you guys both put rock and I put paper,
Yeah,
you
then
guys
you-
both lose and I win.
Okay, I
You
see.
know what
Okay,
mean?
okay, ready. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Boom.
Oh!
So you
okay,
get
go
your
for
first
it.
hand.
Close your eyes.
Thanks. Wow. They always do scissors.
Oh, I should have continued.
You should.
It's okay.
I know, I almost did rock too.
So instead he runs the race. And then we'll just go in this order. So bring it over.
Nobody's stealing my Lego. did get something that looks like it would be a boat if it had wheels.
That's cheating.
Okay. And off we go.
And the competition starts now. We're no longer friends. We
I
are
have wheels.
enemies. Oh, I'll give you
Yeah,
some of those wheels.
I don't know.
Actually, no, those wheels won't even work with my thing. Those ones would.
I know they would.
Interesting. I'll trade you the wheels for this really pretty X. Ooh. Doesn't say it's a good trade.
It's a flower.
Good trade.
I'll take it.
Ah, thanks. What a good day.
Oh my goodness, does it fit together?
Oh, that's so
That's so
cute.
perfect.
That actually was a good trade. That's really cute.
I can
All right.
decorate mine, okay?
Do we have to use all the pieces that are rolled?
Great question.
Oh,
No.
these wheels do not fit, but that's okay.
That's so embarrassing because now I have a pretty flower.
I know. Yeah, I don't think all the pieces, because all mine would not fit in
Okay.
a thing. But I kind of want these wheels to somehow be incorporated now because I tried. Anyway, library. Rochelle used to go to the library all the time, didn't you? No? I thought when you were in your homeschool days,
Yeah.
your mom would take you guys to the library, no?
Where'd you get this? I mean,
My
like,
mom
not
took
all
me
the
to
time.
Well, not all the time, but like you.
I've
I
been there
remember.
like maybe like 5. Actually, no, you're right. I've been there a
Okay,
couple
I'm like, I
times.
swear we had conversations.
I'm
where
gonna
you,
be so real
used
with you,
to
like,
go to the library.
I would go to play on the library, like, like games on the computer.
That's fair. What was your
So,
favorite game on the
definitely.
library computer, Rochelle?
There was like this frog one. I don't really know what it was. I think it was math, but I really didn't do the math. I just played with the frogs.
I was like, ooh, frog.
Yeah.
Zoinks. What about you, Sahara? When did you go to the library?
I used to go all the time actually. My mom used to take us, and when we would stay home, I've had a library card, fun fact. I was talking about this off camera, but I have the OG millennial one because, fun fact about us, we are born in the year 2000. So they had a special library card for those born in the year 2000. That
Really?
I do. Oh yeah.
That's
So
sick.
she got it literally when I was born. She got me a library card.
That's so cool.
It is very
That's super
cool.
fun. I love
So
that.
I have that under my belt, and I used to go a lot with my mom when she would stay home with us, and they used to have like little lessons. They would have we would check out, at least we would get 1 or 2 books per week that we could read if we wanted to, which I always wanted to, and that was that. I love reading. I was especially like really into graphic novels and all that kind of stuff at the time. I still enjoy reading. My tastes have differed. But yeah, that was my introduction to the library.
That's so fun.
What about you, Bridget?
I don't think I ever went to the library, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I've been a couple times, because I used to know people that worked at the library. Anyhow, I remember having to scan, like, my photo ID thing, like, there's a little barcode, then scan the book and, like, check out my books. And when you were, like, the library helper, you got to take all the books back and scan them back in, because that was really cool. And then upstairs, there was, like, a library and, like, some stairs, like, swirl. And on top of the library was, like, all these plants. It was like a garden. And in grade 4, you had to wait till you were in grade 4, you got to go water the plants and be like a boss and be like, yeah, I'm going upstairs,
actually
I have to
love
water
that.
the plants.
I absolutely love
But as for like a public library, I never really went. My mom has this thing about germs and other people touching the things that you use, so I never got to go to the library. I just bought all the books I wanted.
Shut up, Mom.
Shout out to my mom for really imploring my love of reading through just owning a whole bunch of books. But since then, I've acquired less books because, like I said, I recently have been cleaning out my space and don't need all these books. But yeah, let's chat favorite childhood book. What was your favorite book to read as a kid? Folks?
So, should we do like kid and then preteen, teen era and then current?
Yes. So we'll
Okay.
start with kids. We'll all talk about our kids.
Okay. I really used to, my mom used to buy me the Dear Dumb Diary books. So I owned all the Dear Dumb Diary books until I think like maybe 2013. Because there was a new one every year, as well like the Archie comics and Geronimo Stilton.
Oh my gosh, Geronimo
He was so good.
Stilton.
I also had the Spider Chronicle. I love reading books. I have a lot of books, and I actually own them at home as well. But yeah, those were like the main ones that I can like remember off the top of my head. Geronimo Stilton also had, what was the sister's name?
Thea Stilton.
Thea Stilton.
Yes.
Love
The books
those.
were great. Yeah, those were the ones for me at that age
At that
and time. Yeah, of course. There's like Rainbow Fish, and
Rainbow Fish? What
Yeah,
was
the
I've
one
Rainbow
with
never
the
read
scale, with
Rainbow Fish.
with the scale. He had a rainbow scale, and people would make fun of him, and then he was like, "It's actually really cool." There was an
It's
art
like I'm cool.
in
I have
grade
a rainbow
2.
scale. I'm cool.
In grade 2, there was an art project for that.
I wasn't in your grade 2.
No, but
That's
all grade
so
2
funny. I
classes,
thought
it
the
was
same
in the
thing. I'm like, you guys
curriculum
went
to
to
read it.
we're in grade 2
I had
together.
never read this book.
Me neither.
I'm so confused.
I'm gonna ask your sisters because I'm sure they would have.
Rainbow Fish. Why
I
would they
played
make fun
the
of him
game.
for having a rainbow fin? That's pretty sick,
That's
in my
the same
opinion.
thing as Rudolph. People are jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Rudolph, I kind of get it. Like, your nose is a little weird, a little odd. I'm just
Oh my
kidding.
god.
We know who
Huh?
bullied who in what grade.
I'm just kidding. I wasn't a bully.
She
Believe it or
wasn't.
not, I wasn't a bully.
Bully. Just kidding.
Get out of here. You want to be me. You were the bully. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, definitely did. I wish we had a photo of Bridget.
Don't. No, you don't. I still laugh because I used to wear graphic tees in the 6th grade, and other people wore graphic tees.
I
guess
thought they
because
were
I
very cool.
wore graphic tees, and I just think that that's the worst mistake anyone has ever done is following my advice.
Am I allowed to
TBH.
share a story that maybe doesn't paint you in the best light when you were a child?
What is that?
You
No,
know,
I do. No.
that actually,
I
like,
want
when
the
I
people to
think
hate
about
me.
that, I like physically cry.
I
Like,
don't
it's
want
so
people to hate
funny.
me.
And
Which
no one's
one?
gonna hate you.
People will hate me.
Definitely not. You're like 12.
We'll talk about it later. Anyway, back to reading. Back
Yes.
to the importance of literature.
Yes.
Rochelle, what was your childhood favorite book?
The Geronimo Stiltons were really good. I also liked the Smile books.
The small books were
Yes.
so
They were really good. Like Infant, I loved when my mom read to me. And I was really into like, it's gonna sound really weird, like English literature, because I liked the way that they like wrote and spoke. So I was like into these very odd. I think it was called like
Ernest Hemingway?
No, not
Okay.
like that insane. Like,
I'm like, huh? That's
I actually
really
could be completely wrong. They may not actually be like English.
I'm also
literature.
probably wrong. I don't know if
Um,
Ernest Hemingway is English. I mean, I think,
like,
but do I know? Nope.
More like proper English, I guess you would say. There was like the Velveteen Rabbit that I really liked.
Oh, I
and
see.
stuff like
Okay,
that.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's another big book that my mom got me of like all these stories that were kind of like that, and I forget the name right now. That and then like, are we saying preteen too?
No, we're starting with childhood.
Okay, yeah. So those are the big ones. I also did read the Archie comics. Actually, I didn't read them. It was when I didn't know how to read as a child, so I just look at the pictures. But I really enjoyed that. I used to collect them. Fun fact.
Same.
Yeah, I had like a bunch. My mom
Yeah.
like used to read them too when she was younger.
My mom
Aw.
too, so
So I
that's why
had,
we
like,
started reading.
Yeah, I
them.
had like a bunch of them.
It was
awesome.
our treat when she would take us grocery shopping. We'd get to get a Archie comic.
I genuinely don't think I ever bought like a new one. I don't even know how I got so many.
That's so wholesome. I love that for you guys.
Bridget, how about you?
My favorite child. See, when I think childhood, I'm thinking like
Baby,
Baby,
right?
baby,
That's what I
right?
was thinking too.
I was thinking like Robert Munch, like
Yes.
Oh.
something's not. What's it called? The I love you one.
Oh, I don't know. I know.
I
there
like
was-
you. I love you forever. I like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby, you'll
I'm
be.
pretty
that
sure it's
one.
just I love you forever.
Oh, it totally is. 100%. Thanks, Sahar.
No problem.
I love you forever.
Yeah.
And then the Runaway Rabbit was also one that I have and currently still do have. And yeah, in the 3rd grade, Mrs. Warwell gave me a book. It was called Lucy Rose, Here's the Thing About Me. That was a really fun book. I loved that one. And then grade 4, Miss Jim gave me Very Serious Children, which was not in fact about serious children, even though you might think it was. And those are 2 books I actually still have that they gave me. Because I think they gave all of us books at the end of the year. Oh my gosh, you have so many flowers, Rochelle.
I know.
That's so cute. I love that for you.
I'm gonna decorate it. I don't know if it's gonna float, but you
It'll
don't
be
have
cute.
flowers, so that's all that matters.
It'll have flowers in style, which is all that matters.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then I read a book called something I don't remember, but it was like the Zodiac Girls, Brat Princess. I should lend it to you. It's so good. It traumatized me, can I just say, because it's all about, it's like zodiac signs, but like for kids, okay? But like not kids, like I think I was grade 4 or grade 5 when I read it.
Oh,
And so this book was about like a girl who's a Leo, obviously, and so she has all the Leo tendencies. If you're not astrological, become astrological, because you should be. I'm just kidding. But the Leo girl, she was, you know, confident and can be bossy at times, like all your stereotypical Leo traits. And she had a sister who was having, oh, this is so, I can't even like talk about it. It was so bad. I'll spoil it for you if you read it. But anyway, is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. So in this book, she is walking home, and I don't remember exactly, but she's walking home and her sister's walking home, but she never let her sister walk home with her because she's like, I'm too cool to walk home with my younger sister. And so she walks home, and then her sister walks home, and then her sister has, I think it's asthma, and these bullies like take her sister's inhaler, and her sister ends up dying in this book because the bully stole her inhaler. And this girl like goes through like struggling with the loss of her sister. It's fiction, it's a work of fiction. But oh my gosh, it was traumatizing. And I was like,
no, I'm traumatized. I'm 23.
it's a very wild book. Really good read. 10 out of 10 recommended. But
Is there a movie on it? Because that sounds very familiar.
there might, maybe.
It sounds very familiar, and I don't think I've ever read that book.
Maybe. It's a really good book, though. If anyone ever wants to borrow it from, actually, yeah, if you ever want to borrow it from me, send me an email.
Hit us up.
I'll send it to you. Oh, I dropped some of my pieces. And you know
Can
what?
we go back? Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt. Can we go back in here? Because genuinely, like, all my pieces are the same, and I need tiny pieces to connect.
I'm done.
Sahar cheated. I'm just kidding.
Just have the platform at the
She had the
I'm
platform
trying
there,
to
she
make
was
a
at
platform, but I
perfect
can't. Am I allowed to dip in?
I think yes.
Sure.
Walk away.
You got a door.
I've been getting doors. Doors and flowers hit me up. And windows.
You know what the Brat Princess reminds me of? Sorry guys, you get another tangent by
That's
me.
okay.
I don't know.
Cupcake Diaries.
I have no idea. You looked at us like we would know that.
You read Cupcake Diaries
Yes,
with
I
me.
did.
Sorry, you didn't read it with me, but she read it with me.
No, that's why I'm looking at you like that. I forgot about that.
Rochelle and I think we talk about this literally all the time. We wanted to be bakers in like grade 5.
You know what I think? Yes. Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt because I genuinely always think about this, and it happened over 10 years ago. We made these cupcakes, and it was popcorn and chocolate. And your sister, we made them for like her family to try them out. And your sister, and we tried them, and it tasted like peanut butter.
Oh my god!
Do you remember that? We were
I
so
do.
freaked out because Brittany could have it, and we're
Yeah.
like, she's literally, it's like peanut butter. It's very, very fun.
See, while they were doing that, I was reading Percy Jackson, which is another one, but I consider that a preteen too because it led into things later on.
So I was
And-
too smart for us. That's the thing.
But
We were making peanut butter.
here's the thing, though. It led to me thinking. It led to me thinking I could like water bend.
Okay, the cupcakes are looking really good right
The
now.
peanut butter was the
And
best.
no, here's the thing. Anybody who read Percy Jackson would go in the shower and like watch the water like run off their hands and be like, yeah, like.
I mean,
I started like I would bet money that I could do it.
I can bet money that other people have had this experience.
I've
That's
done
what I
that.
was-
Send me an
Same
email
thing,
if
but
you've had this experience.
not because of Percy Jackson.
But that book goes into my
Because of the
preteen
popcorn.
phase as well after. But like we were also speaking about like graphic novels and stuff. I don't know if I talked about the Bone series or the Amulet as well. Those ones I've always enjoyed, and I think that sparked my love for things like Episode. Just like having that interactive, like imaginatory kind of thing going on with them. Although like I love reading books to imagine things the way I want them to. It's really cool when you can see things through this perspective of like other people, which is very cool, and it always has their own art style and stuff to it, which is very, very fun. And a little fun fact, Bridget and I had made our own book.
We
Graphic
did.
novel.
We did.
Oh my goodness, I remember that.
Writer and artist from an
Yeah,
early age, friends.
exactly,
Writer and
yeah.
artist from an early age.
And I do own the one and only copy, so we can start the bidding in the comments below.
So
$1
funny.
zillion,
Yes.
please and thank you. We honestly should write it.
I
Like,
think
we
we
should do
should.
it. We should follow through on it. Because
I
can
think
you
we
imagine?
should. That'd be so fun.
I
We
have
become famous authors and
Yeah.
artists.
I have actually
That's
illustrated and written a book. I have it binded at home.
Oh, right, for
That's
our
sick.
school.
Yeah, it was a school project
Oh,
when I did my book
right.
binding class. But yeah, I have a book in my repertoire.
So hers already done it. She doesn't even need me. I'm thrown to the side. She's gonna run with the grade 6 book we wrote on the back of my social bulletin, I want to say.
Probably.
Probably
I would
so.
say social or LA.
One of the two, yeah.
We were in the advanced class. We had
were.
time.
Believe it or not, I was in the advanced class at one point in time. Not anymore, but at one point in time.
I sure hope not. You're
Here's the thing. If we went back, we would have crushed that.
obvious.
So I was like, put me back in the advanced right now. I'll show you
Oh.
it. Now that really helped, I think, our love of reading.
Yeah.
I also remembered Dive Won't Be Kid. I used to live
Oh,
for
yeah,
Dive Won't Be
that
Kid.
was
Really, really good.
Captain Underpants was up there. My brother loved that. Oh, The Giver. So we were actually reading
so
that.
The Giver was so good.
We had read that in, I believe it was grade
Grade
5 or
six.
grade 6.
Grade
yes.
6, yeah.
So I absolutely love that, and it's kind of sparked my dystopic novel series, which I will get into my preteen phase. But I had advanced and read the whole series before we had finished the series in class, because she would read a chapter at a time, or like 2 or 3, and I'm like, no, I need to know what's going on. So I did that, and I finished the series, and I loved it. It was a great book. So
It's really good.
Yeah.
That one, and she also read Safest Houses, which is a
Yes.
Canadian book. I have it
She
in my
didn't
house.
finish that one though. There's one book that she started and she didn't finish.
Oh,
And I
I
still have
finished
not
Safest
forgiven her.
Houses.
Yeah.
You can borrow it if you want. It's from my personal
Fine,
library.
too late.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, that was also a really good book. Scary, but good. It was about the flood in that place.
Yes.
Canada, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
there's also the one book
Why are you
that
laughing?
Nothing.
if you search my name up, there will be a Twitter page that shows up, because we had to make like fake Twitter accounts for this one book we had read. It was, I cannot remember
In what
the name.
grade?
It was grade 6. Remember, it was the book, so they all had special powers. Do you remember? Like when it was like, I want to pull up my phone to search, because I still have the Twitter. Like if you search up my name, it'll show that, and then the name of the character, because I was tweeting as if I was that character.
That's so sick. Was I in this class?
Yeah, you guys were in this class.
I think it might have been a project and you picked what you did, because my parents never let me have Twitter or anything like that. They
It
wouldn't
was
let me make
probably
that.
a project you got to pick what you did and
Oh,
what I did for it, but we
Ah,
all
gotcha.
have read this
never
book.
got to.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Special powers.
I think it was the main character. His name was Marty. It was in.
Oh my goodness, I think I remember
So
that.
they were all delinquent students, and they were sent away to school, so they all had powers and like all this kind of
I
stuff.
do not remember this at all.
Yeah. Or there was like the Amazing Ivan,
So
or
what was
Amazing
that?
something. It was about an elephant, or the one book I remember. I think this might have been grade 5, but it was, gosh, I cannot remember the exact name of the title, but it was like a book that only children could read. It's like the top secret things that adults, when you become an
yes.
adult, you forget all
Yes.
of it, and it's like these weird, obscure, like things like that. Those are the books that I always enjoyed, as well, like interactive things or things that let your imagination run. That was my little rant.
That's so cute.
So
I'm gonna
love
step
that
aside.
you can do that.
I know. I'm gonna step aside and find the name of this book.
Find the name of the book. I love that. Shall we move into preteen books?
Yeah.
What did I read? What preteen? Okay, that's like grade 6, 7? Question mark.
I would say yes. Grade
7,
6
8?
until end of
Like-
junior high.
Until end of junior high.
Mhm.
What was I reading? I want to say that was Diary of a Wimpy Kid. No, Diary of a Wimpy Kid was like grade 4. What was I reading? That, my friends, is when The Fault in Our Stars would have come out. So I was reading John Green.
Yeah.
You read one that was Eleanor and Park? Or something. You read a book. It was green because I borrowed it from you. It was green and it was a girl and a guy with like headphones, I think, connected on the cover. But it was your book because I borrowed it from you. It was a really
Are you
good
sure it
book.
wasn't Amina?
No, it was you. I don't know if it was Eleanor and Park. It was something like, oh, it's gonna bother me.
Weird.
But it was a book from you.
Did you give it back to me?
I did give it back to you. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
14 years later. No, I never give it back
That's
to
so
you.
funny.
I don't
I
have
don't
it anymore,
care.
so
I
I
don't
have to give it
care. I
back
don't
to
think
you.
I have it, but that's why I asked. I don't remember that.
That book I read. John Green. Out of My Mind. Sharon M. Draper, I'm pretty sure is the author. That is one of the best books I've ever read in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
It's a really good book. It's about a girl with cerebral palsy
Mhm.
who can't speak, and so she talks about what it's like to have all these words and thoughts and things to say in her head, but not being able to like obviously say them.
Oh my goodness.
It's a really, really good book. And there's a second one. It's Out of My Mind, and then it's not Out of This World. I can't remember. It's sitting on my house right now, so I have the next book, but it was like they were released very far apart.
Are you using these pink ones? Can I take?
No, I'm not going.
I'll trade you a flower.
Okay. How many flowers do you have?
That's you.
You gave me the biggest flower?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is luck.
Aww.
There was actually a Reddit post about it because somebody searched it. You'll see it.
We totally did read that.
It's called
We
Hidden
can't show
Talents.
you.
Oh, I do not remember that.
No, okay,
Don't
you
remember
keep
the
your
cover.
flower. That's so
No, I have two.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 110.
That's a really pretty flower. You're showing me a really pretty flower that she just made.
Well, I took her stuff, so it's a trade.
What about you, Rochelle? What was your junior high preteen phase book?
The Fault in Our Stars, big time. I reread that like, I want to say 5 times, like over and over again. Did not take a break. Smile.
Smile, I
Those
love
ones
Smile,
were a
yeah.
big one, yeah. I needed to read it. Sorry guys, I don't want to be. I just need one more pink panel.
Do you want me to look for it?
I just don't want to be making a bunch of noise.
You looking for
I have 3 of them here, but they're all stuck together.
Oh no, she's
Oh
looking
no,
for
they're like
tiny
the little
ones.
thin ones. It's fine if it doesn't find them.
Like that one? Or that too tall?
Oh, but you'll find it. You're right. Thank you.
No problem.
We needed to read The Outsiders like most people did, and so I got obsessed with that. So I read that a couple
I
times.
love The Outsiders.
Yeah, that was a really good book.
That sounds like my favorite book.
Yeah, one of my favorites too. I think it's really good. The movie's really good too. Watched the movie like 12 million times too. Like, I was obsessed.
We had to
talking-
do a school project for The Outsiders.
Can I tell you something? So, fun fact about me: my first phone was a Google phone, and I thank my parents. Actually, I don't verbally thank my parents, but I should thank my parents every single day because Google had the cloud before the cloud was a thing. So I have all the photos of us from when we were like 11 onwards, and I have every single clip of that movie that we did.
You're lying.
No, and it came up on, I think it hit 10 years, and it came up on my memories, and I'm like,
We should have a viewing party where we just watch it.
we have a burn-in party where we burn those. Okay, and fun fact, because I had a Google phone, I couldn't figure out how to get it onto my teacher's computer, and so no one ever saw it. So we just made it for absolutely no reason.
Lucky them, honestly.
No, genuinely. I think I don't even know how I passed that class. I'm like, how did I get this mark? Like, yeah.
Nice.
That was a fun time.
What are your preteen ones, Summer?
So my preteen phase was a big reading year for me. I was obsessed. Again, I had said Percy Jackson, but this phase went on until the end of junior high because the Heroes of Olympus series came out. So it was to the point that my librarian, I love her so much. So there was a new book every year, and every time it came out, she would go on her lunch break, buy the book for me, and before she would barcode it, she'd just give it to me to read. So then I would always have first dibs on them. So that was I'll always talk about that, which I hope she knows and I hope she remembers. That was one of them. The Divergent series, again, obsessed, like to the point that I had read all 3 of the books, like the novels, in 3 days. And then I was just unsatisfied by the ending. If you had read it, you would know. And I turned to Wattpad, and this started my Wattpad little era, because I would read different like fan edits and fan written stories through like four's perspective, or even like just more stories about like things that would happen in general. Obviously they weren't written by the author, but I'm like, I was so unsatisfied by the ending that I'm like, I need more. So I got more, and I did do some John Green here and there. But yeah, I think that was a majority of the books at the time for me. Oh, actually, I did the Pretty Little Liars series. I finished
Oh, I totally did too.
Yeah, I finished all 8 books of those. I think it's 8. And then I also did the Mortal Instruments series because I was obsessed with the movie. I made them watch. I can't remember. And then I made my white cheddar popcorn.
Yes, and hot chocolate.
and
White
hot
hot chocolate was
yeah.
great.
Oh, so good.
So we had watched that, and then I had read all the books, which controversial series. I'll be so real with that. There's some, things that I will topics I will not talk about on here because I didn't believe that's PG. But I did read all of those. I was really into like dystopic novels and like fantasy and all that kind of stuff at the time. So that was majority of that for me. Yeah.
I love that. Teens? No. Now? What's
No,
next?
Now.
Yeah.
Now, oof. I'm kind of all over the place. Like I'll do a lot of like, yeah, of course. I'll do like true crime kind of, not true crime, but like crime mystery things that you can solve. There's a lot of romance books I read, lots and lots and lots of those. They're all over the place. I love them. Would I necessarily recommend them? No, but they're there. There's books like, oh gosh, what's the one? It's the one that you had lent me. We Were Liars.
I think it was We Were Liars.
We Were Liars. I loved that one. And then there was also one. It's about a family, evil, and they have a beach house.
That book is so
Yes.
good.
That
Let
one's
me
very.
that one.
I did lend you that one.
Such a good book.
Variety by Colleen Hoover I like, as well as November 9th. Although Colleen Hoover books are hit or miss for me, those are the 2 that I really, really enjoy. I've just started the Sarah J. Maas novels, so A Court of Thorn and Roses. Again, it follows that romance, like fantasy kind of genre for me, and I do enjoy the world building. If the world building isn't good, then it's not a good book to read, and I think it's easy to follow, even though there's multiple races and creatures and all that kind of stuff. It's like relatively easy that it doesn't take you out when you're reading an odd word that doesn't actually exist, and that's the basis that I like judge those off of. I've also expanded recently in the last year to reading like self-help books, just processing different things that I will not talk about on this video because like we were talking about with Kirsten, that books like that can be very personal, and it's more like it's a window into yourself. So we'll not be talking about that, but I truly enjoy things like that. And also Sapiens. Sapiens is a book I'll always recommend. It's basically about humankind through the ages, like where we started to where we are now, and like our different phases of that, just to see how the world has evolved and how we have evolved. But that's my little rant about that. I love reading, so I will talk about that for ages. But yeah. What about you guys?
Here you go, I lost a flower. Oh, no, I didn't know. I'm fine. Okay.
Glad you found it. I was going to ask, why do you think your reading style has changed and developed in the way that it has?
I think that it's changed because I actually don't think it's changed. I think it's just I just expanded on the things that I've already enjoyed before. So I just wanted to be, I think because now that I'm no longer in school, there's a lot less that I'm learning actively all the time. So expanding with things that I'm reading and stuff just opens my worldview to other topics and other things in life that I might not have in my everyday life, because you can get stuck in a circle all the time when you read, you get into these old like different worlds and stuff, and you also, and I think I never used to touch nonfiction at all, but starting to read those and stuff, it just helping, I guess, my brain going and stuff, and keeping that sort of education part that I loved about school going as well. So I guess, yeah, it has evolved and changed, but it's just replacing things that I no longer have anymore.
Interesting. Yeah, that's really cool. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for asking. Okay, what about you guys?
Do you want to go, Cheryl?
You can go.
What do I read now? The honest answer, I have not been reading as much as I should be. Actually, I shouldn't say should be. I haven't been reading as much as I want to be.
I will also interject. I also read a lot of Bridget's plays. So if you like, genuinely, they're so well written, and I will always recommend her stuff. So I wanted to add that in here.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I've gotten busy, and I like writing, I think, more than reading now. But I love reading. What do I love reading? I don't know. I read a lot of acting books and things like that now. So like The Intent to Live, Uta Hagen, like different actors and not actors, but like acting coaches. But they are actors. But it's weird. It's different. Anyway, a mesh of those things, which people who aren't into acting won't actually know. Okay, here's the thing. Like acting books, I think go along with self-help books just because it's about like developing, sure, character and whatnot, but also like a lot of the stories that these people share is like life experience and learning, because a lot of acting is just learning how to be a human being. So I think it's interesting. So if you're ever like, what should I read? I recommend acting books. I also, there's a book I'm reading right now, but I don't remember what it's called. The Chai Factor, that's what it is. I think it's written by a Canadian. I'm not 100% sure, but it's based in Toronto, so I'm pretty sure she's Canadian, so I don't know why anyone else would base a book in Toronto. Very well, they might be, but anyhow, a lot of romance. Romance. I think my reading style is either like acting, or I have a lot of books about like the TV show Friends because I love Friends. So like acting, Friends, self-help, romance, or actually no, I don't really read. I was gonna say murder, not like in a bad way, in like a mystery kind of way.
Yes.
Murder is always bad. I'm not at all condoning murder, but I just mean like I used to read mystery, but I'm not really into that anymore, I don't think. But I kind of skipped that in my preteen explanation as well. So yeah, that's me.
I love that. Yeah. And like going off of what you were saying too, like there's a lot of similarities with self-help books or acting books and stuff, because in these self-help books they're all talking about their own perspectives of the like patients that they had dealt with and all that kind of stuff, so you get into the minds of those people to help understand either a role or yourself, or to just what's the word, I guess, analyze those behaviors and stuff and the reasons why they're like that as well. So there are like a lot of similarities with those.
Yeah. And I also totally forgot poetry books. I love poetry. Gina, that we interviewed a while back.
Oh,
Yes.
yes,
But
yes.
yeah,
She's
amazing.
really
She's
good
wonderful.
books, yeah.
Authors are really cool, and I love poetry as well. So
What about you,
I'm gonna be so real with you. I'm not a reader at all. I just feel like I can't read because I need to focus on something else to be able to like actually take in information. Like I could sit there and read a book, and like at the end of it you could be like, what's this book about? And I would have actually no idea, even if I read it like cover to cover. So yeah, I'm not a big reader. The most recent book I read is It from Stephen King, because I like horror and stuff like that, and that was a pretty good book. I would love to get
pretty good. Stephen King, you're pretty good.
I mean, it's a great book.
I'm
Like
totally
I don't
kidding.
read,
I'm
so
totally kidding. No, that's
don't
fine.
take my advice.
No, take her advice. Everyone has a differing opinion. I just thought it was funny.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not like, I'd love to start getting into reading. I just think I need to figure out how to actually hold on to the information and not just be like, wow, that's a good book. Never mind, don't remember what it is. Well, yeah, I'd love to start reading. The genres I would like to start reading. Great question you asked, Berta. Just kidding.
What are the genres you'd like to start reading?
Thank you so
I
much.
was
for
gonna get
asking.
there, but you kind of took the words literally right out of my mouth.
I've been really into like documentaries, like watching documentaries, and I like the
love
idea.
documentaries.
Me too, and I like the idea of like constantly learning. So I think like I want to start picking up like history books, learning about like
Papa.
that. I think that's really interesting.
I'm gonna lend you Sapiens. I think you'd like it. It's literally human history. It's so cool.
Say no more. Yeah, I like that. It's really interesting to me, and I find like that's something that like holds my attention. Like who doesn't love a good romance book? Like horror, I love a good horror. I also love books that like make me sob and make me hate my life. Like The Fault in Our Stars, that's why I read it so many times, because I like when something like a book can bring out like just different emotions in me. Yeah, so that's what I'd like to start reading. If that's gonna happen, who knows? But that's the plan.
You never know. It totally could.
Mm-hmm.
So not to interrupt, but I think we should all show off our crafts and see if they float.
Let's do
I
it.
don't even know if I'm gonna float. I literally just did it because I was like, these colors are really
It looks really
together.
cool though.
It looks really cool.
Thanks, guys.
So we're
It
gonna
looks like-
color that.
It looks like one of those things that you see that are like, it's a car but a boat and a plane.
Ah, thank you.
Oh my God.
Yours reminds me of it looks like Chronicles of Narnia. That's definitely not it.
Bridge to Terabithia?
No, the
Cars with Furion.
yes,
Are you keeping this? This
No.
is so cute. What
it
the?
is really cute. There's nothing in it. But,
Ah, so fun. Cool. Right. Clean up, everybody clean up, clean up.
Everybody do your share.
Yeah. Okay, Sahar, show us your boat.
So this is my boat.
floater.
I added a couple layers underneath because boats tend to taper down like that, so I did that. There is a plank that you can walk.
That's so fun.
I have a little window that opens and closes, and then a door.
I love that.
Obviously got on.
Yeah, exactly. There's some little seats, so you can sit here, your little legs will go here, and your backs will go
I
there.
love that.
And I hope it's weighted and balanced, but that's about it. And it's more structural, and then I add some fun things.
This is my boat. It's just a boat. There's no seats.
Looks
There's a little
good.
flower that Rochelle gave me. And there's a little door that opens to let you in, and then you can just lie down. That's all. I wanted to put the wheels on, but they didn't fit. So,
It's upsetting.
boat.
Taking a wheel. This is my boat. I don't really know what this
Definitely the
feels like.
prettiest.
Thanks. This is the front of it. It kind of looks like an animal from certain angles. No rhyme or reason why I did this except for the flowers, because I think the flowers look cute there.
They look very cute.
And other than that, I just grabbed the prettiest colors that would go together, I think. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. It also broke halfway, so I think I'm missing quite a bit of the original project. But that's okay. It's fine.
It's okay. So we're gonna pull the water in.
We're gonna see if they float.
Does it float?
Does it
That is
float?
the question.
Okay.
No.
No.
I don't think.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're okay.
Okay, I vote that Sahar's will float.
Me too.
So Sahar.
Okay. Let's see.
Ba-ba-ba. But actually, do you vote
I'm
that it
scared.
will
Does
float?
Lego even float? Like,
I don't know.
It
Ba-ba-ba.
floats.
good job.
Floats.
You have like a napkin? We don't.
Yeah, word. I'm like, do we just throw it back in the box?
Okay.
I vote that mine.
I think yours might float.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I'm worried it's gonna tip. I don't know if the weight is distributed evenly.
Oh, that's fair.
I
That's
vote. You
fair.
know what? It'll float. It.
That's so funny. It didn't even like just sink, like it.
It didn't sink, but
It
it also
got
didn't
sunk,
float. Like
yeah.
everyone would.
I was a little worried about the windows, just letting that water in because it's at base level. But
Oh. I
Didn't
didn't
even think of
that.
that.
This is why I don't construct boats. I just ride. Actually, I don't even ride them. I don't like boats. I'm scared of water. This is a prime example
She's
of why.
scared.
This is why. So womp womp.
Womp womp. Okay,
Michelle?
what do you think? I feel like
think
mine's gonna.
I think it's gonna float.
I think mine's gonna be a sinker.
I think it'll float.
No, I think it'll float.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Oh, it's a little teetering.
It's
That's
a little
okay, though.
weight uneven, but
That's
that's
okay.
okay.
It makes it go fast, actually, on
Yeah.
It
speed
does,
boats.
yeah.
Exactly.
So that's now the back of it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I switched it up. Look at that.
Perfect.
Love that.
Round of applause for the boats. My boat came in last because it would kill you if you were on it. So
I would
to
say
sell,
yours is
never read my book.
what is it, a charter? No, not a charter. The ones that have like
The
the
Titanic?
big. No, the
It's
ones
like
that have
something
like
you
the
put
big.
together when you crash and you're like, I need to leave. Like,
Hopefully not, because if you crash again, that'd be terrible. Double whammy.
Double womp. Oh well. So yeah, read some books. Lloydminster Public Library offers so many fun activities like this. You'll learn that Lego doesn't always float. I totally thought like, oh,
I thought
It
all
would
Lego would
float.
sink. To
it
be
doesn't.
honest.
You can make it float.
Yeah.
Come learn science. Come learn things with books.
and if you're watching this on YouTube, we're going to leave our top 3 books in the bio underneath. So you
Oh.
guys can check those out if you want to. If you trust our opinion.
You should trust our opinion.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll also add them to the TELUS Optical description too.
Wow.
So either
Yes.
way, you can check out our favorite books.
Mhm.
Also, Lloydminster Public Library offers coloring sheets, which I absolutely
Oh,
adore.
yes.
So come and check it out. Read some books. Have some fun.
You guys, we genuinely had so much fun.
It was
Yes.
literally.
I was
so fun.
locked in on
Me
making
too.
this boat, so
You're going to see me concentrated. I frown every time I concentrate. So you'll see that a lot.
That's what it is. It's not that she's not having fun. She's
No.
having so much fun.
Exactly.
She's having too much fun. She's too concentrated. So
I can't. You know what?
thanks everyone.